Hi, everyone. So, today we are going to cover stress management. So, we're going to talk a little bit about what stress is, what are some examples of stressors, and then we're going to work on creating a little toolbox of ways to manage our stress. And then take note of when we start to notice when stress is starting to arise in our body. So, stress can be endogenous, meaning from inside the body, or it can be exogenous, so outside of the body. It can be actual, imagined, or anticipated. Whatever it is, the body is still going to react in the same way. So, you're still going to get that cortisol released. You're going to get all this flood of all these hormones. So, don't let your body make up scenarios or make matters worse. So, allostatic load is how much stress and wear and tear our body can take over time before it leads to disease. So, basically, if we don't empty our bucket over time, this can lead to disease. So, it's really important to manage our stress. And then, resiliency is how quickly we can bounce back or cope with everything that is going on around us. So, there are many examples of stressors. So, some examples might be under eating, staying up late, lack of sleep, over exercising, being pregnant, lack of sunlight, traveling, dealing with parenting problems, relationship problems, getting married, moving, pain, accidents or injuries, divorce or loss, and emotional trauma. So basically, falling out of our normal thriving state. And if you look at all these examples, not all of these things are bad. So, not all stress is bad. Let's talk about some ways that we can manage our stress. So, stress is always going to be around us, but we have to create a toolbox and create ways to manage our stress and ways to ground ourselves and check in, kind of recharge our batteries. So, I want you to think about what brings you joy and inner peace. Those are the things that you want to focus and spend more time on. So, some examples that I have listed. So, first is breath work. So, I'm a big fan of breath work. I love the 4-7-8 method, or just any diaphragmatic breathing where you're really focusing on expanding that belly when you breathe and nice long exhales. The next, journaling. So, some people really like to sit down with a piece of paper and get all their thoughts out. So journaling be a nice outlet as well. Positive affirmation. So these are words and phrases that you repeat to yourself, like, I am confident, I am healthy, I am calm. It takes a lot to kind of convince our subconscious. So positive affirmations could be a great outlet. Do you enjoy coloring, painting, drawing? Time out in nature is great. Put your phone, everything away, and just explore nature. Look at the sight, the sound, the smells. Just take it all in. A nice warm bath is another option. I like adding some Epsom salt in there to get some extra magnesium in. Spending time with loved ones, listening to music, going barefoot and grounding. So just going outside and just putting your feet in the soil, in the grass, on the floor. All of that is very calming and relaxing to our nervous system. And movement, just moving your body, dancing, just walking, just getting any kind of movement in. And then massage and mobility. So, a lot of us, we store trauma and tension within our muscles and our fascia. So, getting like a nice deep tissue massage, doing some mobility work, some trigger release therapy, all that is really good for stress. So, once you have your toolbox, let's talk about changing our relationship with stress. So, when you're first feeling the stress come on, I want you to start to notice and identify what you're feeling. So, maybe you notice your jaw starts clench when you encounter traffic, or you tense up your shoulders when your kids start roughhousing. Recognize that you can't change the situation, but you can change your response. So once you notice that, focus on taking 3 deep breaths to kind of ground yourself, focusing on those nice long exhales, and then reframe your thoughts. Perhaps you can state some positive affirmation. So, stress is not bad, like I've said. It is necessary for our survival, but our response is what gets the best of us. So, some affirmations that you can say. So, take those nice big deep breaths, and then you can state, I am safe, I am well, I will be all right. And you don't have to state those words. You can find any positive affirmation that suits your situation. So let's put it all together and let's practice stress management. So I want you to notice what signs and symptoms arise when you start feeling stressed. Also, let's work on building our stress management tools. So looking back at the previous slide, take a look at all those tools that I mentioned and see what you can add into your day-to-day life. You can start by adding just one thing at a time and, maybe start with your morning breath work and then slowly start adding in more and more things and see what works best for you.